Another family vacation booked for this May, which means it's time for another What's in My Camera Bag 2024 edition. But before we continue, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Niko. I create videos about camera gear and audio equipment used for content creation. I'm not a professional photographer or videographer. I used to professionally edit at a podcast company, but all the opinions here in this channel is from a perspective of an everyday tech dad. And if you're into those kinds of videos and you like this video, please do consider subscribing. Now, back to my camera bag. Now, in January of this year, I purchased this Wandrd Provoke Lite in the Umatan color. And this is an 11-liter bag. Yes, that's kind of small for the more common bags, camera bags, that have been popping out lately. And in my previous trip to Japan last year, I brought with me a 25-liter bag, which is the Peter McKinnon Everyday Backpack. And this is a big downgrade in terms of size. But I'm using this for this trip because I also am challenging myself not to overpack camera gear when going, on family trips, which we'll see if I can do that. I'm also bringing this 8-liter Sling from Polar Pro. It's also in the Peter McKinnon series. So yeah, basically 2 bags for this trip. So let's first look what's inside my Wandrd Provoke Lite. Let's open this up. And there. So first is the main back compartment. So this bag has the top compartment and the bottom compartment, and it is divided with this foam-like divider. I'll show you what's inside this area later, but we are going to start with this part. So first, you see there's a big empty space here. This is where my mirrorless camera will go. This is where my A6700 will go, which I cannot show you right now because it's being used here as my top-down shot. And this will mainly be for transit, from the Philippines going to Japan, because when we go there and go to places, the A6700 will be with my wife with a camera strap. So this is for traveling in the airplane, in the airports, going to our hotel. The next item is this one. This is the DJI Mic 2, and this is one of my overpacking things because I'm bringing this for backup. So the DJI Mic 2 will come into play if I believe I need better audio when we get there, because my plan is I don't really want to use external mics anymore. I think the internal mics of the cameras nowadays, at least the Sony cameras, are very, very usable. And if ever I need some post-processing, I bring it to Adobe Enhance. Next is an extra lens. So right now we have the Sigma 18-50 f2.8 lens, but this won't be in this bag to start with because this will be the main lens that we are putting on the A6700, which is my top-down camera right now. So the extra lens that will probably occupy this spot is the Sigma 10-18 f2.8 lens. Now here is a blower for the camera sensor and the lenses. Very important if you get dust into those things. On this part, we have my extra battery. So I always bring 2 extra NP-FZ100 batteries for my mirrorless cameras. Next in this lower part is this GoPro Hero 11 in a Ulanzi style DJI magnetic mount, which is on a Falcon plate. You will get why this is such a complicated setup. I also modified this to have a base just like the DJI Action 3 and Action 4, like those magnetic clips. Yep, so I'll show you later why this is my setup, but let's continue first. Next is a Telesin charger with GoPro batteries. One is an original GoPro battery, one is a Telesin third-party battery. So that goes here along with the cable for this charger. Next up is, I think we have to take all of this out for the next one, is my Insta360 X3. Now, I always bring the X3 for creative shots for my videos. The last time I used this in Japan was when we are in, I believe, Lake Kawaguchi, when we were sightseeing on Mount Fuji. And I love bringing the X3 because it can give you, different perspectives, different kinds of shots that you won't normally get from mirrorless cameras or regular action cameras. And of course, if you're bringing the X3, you have to bring the invisible selfie stick from Insta360 because this is how you get those shots with long angles, but this stick doesn't actually stay in the shot. All right, so that's what's in the bottom part of my Wandrd Provoke Lite. Now, before we go to the top part of the bag, let us slide this over and see what's in the flap part of the bag. So first is my MacBook Pro. So this is important because sometimes I sneak in a little bit of work, although I'll be on leave when we're in Japan, but for emergency purposes, I need my laptop for work and for transferring some of the files from my camera to the hard drive. Speaking of hard drive, I will also bring a 1 terabyte SSD, which is not that one, it's here. So this is a Western Digital SSD, 1 terabyte, so that I could transfer and back up the files from my SD cards from whatever camera I'm using to here. Next up in this part are extra SD cards. So these are tough 64 gig V90 extra memory cards for my mirrorless cameras. Next in this part is a USB hub, just in case I would need this in Japan, USB A's, although I don't have devices right now, or I don't have devices that I will bring with me that are USB A's, but just in case, you've got HDMI, SD card, micro SD, another USB-C port, and a wired LAN port. All right, so I guess that's it for the back part. Now let's go to the top part of the bag. Now, the top part of the bag can be accessed in two ways. First is this part here, wherein you can unzip this, or you can just pull it like this. So you can already see what's in this top part from this area if you don't want to open the roll top part of the bag. Especially if what you're getting is at the bottom part of this compartment, then it's easier to access it via this area. But for this video, let me access it from the top part. So let us just close this and open the roll top. So first thing is this PGY Tech tripod, which has the Falcom F38 mount on the top. Now, I said I'm going to explain why this GoPro has all this configurations or accessories on it. So yes, I have this one tripod for all the cameras that I will bring. So I can mount here my A6700, my ZV-E1, because all of them have the F38 mount on it. But if I also want to use the GoPro and use this tripod, I can do it because of the setup that I have. So this is a Ulanzi magnetic mount, and this is a Falcom F38 plate. So I can just slip it in like this, and I could take it out if I want to mount a mirrorless camera, or if I want to store the GoPro with, just the GoPro, I could take this out like this, because I modified this bottom part to be like the DJI Osmo Action 3 and Action 4 base mount, which are magnetic mounts with clips here. So if I have other accessories that clip on like that in this mount, then I could easily take out this GoPro and mount another accessory here using that system. But if I want to take it out and use the tripod for my mirrorless cameras, then I just take it out, slide it like this, and there you go. It's free for my ZV-E1 or my A6700. Now, unfortunately, I cannot store this tripod on the side of the bag because the Wandrd Provoke Lite doesn't have those straps on the sides, unlike the Wandrd Provoke 21 liter or the 31 liter. So this is the first item in the top compartment. The second one is this tech organizer. So this is where I store all of my cables for charging. So yeah, this is all cables. So you can see here, I've got a USB-C cable. I've got another USB-C to USB-C for the AirPods. And I've got a charger for my Apple Watch. You know, I should get one of those 3-in-1 chargers for my Apple devices. But yeah, right now it's all cables. Next up is a jacket. So of course, when we travel, I always have a jacket. The jacket depends on, you know, the temperatures when we get to the place. Last year it was a thicker jacket. Now it's probably going to be a lighter jacket when we get to Japan in May. Next up is a pack of tissue, because you never know when you will need tissue when traveling. And up next is my charger for my NPFZ100 batteries for the ZVE1 and the A6700. This is the X-Star charger. Still using it until now. I think this is already 3 years old if I'm not mistaken. I love this charger. It's light, it's fast charging, and it just works. Next up is, you know, emergency stuff like medicines, paracetamol, allergy medicines, because, you know, I have a lot of food allergies. So important to have medicine for emergencies when traveling. Next up is a camera strap. So this is the Falcom strap along with a Falcom F38 adapter so that I could easily slide out the camera if I don't want to use the strap. And yeah, this comes with me everywhere I go when traveling. Next up is a 100-watt charger from Baseus. I don't know how to pronounce the brand. But yeah, this is a 100-watt charger with 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. So this is what I use to charge my laptops, all my accessories actually, from the battery chargers to my phone. This is where I plug them in. And I think this is the last item here in the top part is a power bank. It's a 65-watt, 20,000 milliampere. Yeah, it's 20,000 milliampere power bank, you know, for if you need to charge on the go. Because usually when traveling, you have activities for the whole day. So this is backup for mainly my phone. And we've got this pocket right here. Let me show it to you. If this is closed, this pocket is still accessible right here, even if this is like rolled. And this is where I could store things like my wallet and the AirPods, which I thought I put here, but it's not. So this is the side of the bag where I told you that there is no strap, but in the Wandrd Provoke 21, 31 versions, you've got a strap here. So you could actually put a tripod here and strap it in. But here, it's hard to do that because, you know, it's just gonna move around without that strap. And I couldn't close this area with the tripod here. So yeah, I'm storing this inside this bag. All right, so next up is the Peter McKinnon 8-liter Sling. So as you can see, this is a smaller bag from the backpack. So this is where I'm putting my ZVE1 here. Oh, there's the AirPods. I didn't put it in that area, put it here. So this is where my ZVE1 will go, and on the other side will be space for other items. Right now, what's here is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and the charging adapter, so that you could just put this. You've got a longer setup, longer tripod. So yep, this goes here. It's an easier access as compared to when you put it in the backpack. So my main cameras will be the ZVE1 and the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Joyce will have the A6700 with her. The other cameras we'll use if we think we would capture the scene better if you're using either the GoPro or the X3. But main cameras, ZV-E1, Pocket 3, A6700. Now this is also where I will put probably, our passports and, things like small items like this AirPods Pro. So yeah, so this is a simpler setup. And what I love about this, which I've already talked about, I think in other videos, is when you're traveling, going through airports, you open and close your bag a lot, especially if you need your passport, you need some stuff in or documents in the airport. What I love about this is if you know that you're going to need something again, or you're gonna put back something in after a while, but you want to close the bag, you can just easily close it by doing that. You've got this hook here and this elastic band here, so you could actually close it, but not close the zipper if you know you're gonna access it in the next 2 minutes or something. And then when you open it up again, put in the stuff, and when you know that you're going to not open it for a while, then that's the time you could close the zipper for more security. And this is how it looks like. I think one of the best looking camera slings in the market today. So that's it for this video of my What's in My Camera Bag 2024 Travel Edition. What do you think? Did I overpack again, even though I already am using a smaller backpack, an 11-liter backpack? Tell me what you would take out of the setup, or what would you add to what I already brought. And if you like this video, please do check out other videos about content creation gear, camera gear, audio equipment here.